schools, when they start taking the initiative, schools, young people, that's when change really happens. And we've seen this in so many of the campaigns that we've been doing.
Absolutely. I do think that the whole initiative that is coming from schools, from the younger generation, is very important for any such campaign. Children are the soul of every family, and what they do, what they practice is a great inspiration for the elders. And when they meet in their classrooms, they talk to each other, they convey what they did, they do their homework, they play games, but they also talk about what they did regarding Swachh Bharat, and it kind of infiltrates into the rest of the society.
Right.
And people like to obey what the kid says, particularly elders and parents. They want to either encourage them or they want to follow what they want to do. And that, I think, is a wonderful initiative. So we've had many, today in the program, we have many schools that we've gone to.
Absolutely. So in fact, the Center for Science and Environment has a Green Schools program that rates the green performance of schools from across India. Students audit the consumption of resources within their school premises and find ways to reduce the wastage of precious resources. More than 1,000 schools have participated in this program over the last 2 years, and based on green report cards have found ways of being more resource efficient. Essentially, a green school, is a school which uses less resources, harvests its water, values drops, turns waste into resources, is energy and transport efficient. So let's start by going across to one of the top 20 ranked green schools in India, the Shri Ram School at Aravali in Gurgaon, which has, of course, the Shri Ram schools have been pledging 5,000 work hours, you will remember, during the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and doing a lot of other work. Pooja Talwar is there. Pooja, what is it that the students there are wanting to do towards waste management, and how do they retain their position as a green school?
Good morning, Vikram. Good morning, Mr. Bachchan. Well, the students and especially the Environment Club is very, very enterprising. Behind me is an experiment underway where they're planning to construct a bench out of bottles. And then I also have the senior members of the Environment Club here with me. Madhav, the school has started a Tetra Pak initiative. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Right. So around 2 years ago, we started something called the Tetra Pak initiative, which is basically where students recycle Tetra Paks. But this year, to further engage and encourage the students, what we're trying to do is take an indirect approach towards the environment. What I've learned is a lot of students, turn off when they hear the words like global warming or environment. They don't find it very interesting. So we're going to try taking an indirect approach, which is basically we're going to have a table, which is going to have a wash basin, scissors, and 2 separate dustbins where students will actually vote with their Tetra Paks. So basically we'll have something like a dustbin with Messi and a dustbin with Ronaldo. So students can engage in an indirect approach to the environment. And I feel like most of the environment problems that we do face is because of the mentality us Indians have. And what we're trying to do over here is to make some like a thought-provoking, engaging activity so the students can actually change their mentality and build our life towards a more healthier and sustainable environment.
So how far have you been successful?
So we just started off where we're on the way to basically building the 2 bins and having Messi, Ronaldo, and we're trying to make it look very aesthetically appealing. So right now we're just with the beginning process of that. And this year we hope to have a lot of progress on that.
Right. Pooja, I think
we have a composting unit there. Ojasvi is going to tell us a bit about that initiative in the school.
Okay, so food wastage is a huge problem in India especially, where a large population does not get the 2 meals per day, and those who are privileged enough to get it, they waste it. We have a lunch hall in our school, and approximately 100 kgs of food is wasted per day. We have a composting pit, however, here.
Yeah, let's go there and take a look.
So we have horticultural waste, which is leaves, dried up leaves, and food scraps. So the primary food scraps, which is vegetable peels, and the basic primary foods that are required to make the further product. We take them, and these are the composting pits. We put them here along with calcium oxide. We allow them to stay here for 25 days, and after those 25 days, we put them out in the sun for 5 days to form khad. So an approximate 200 to 300 kgs of khad is produced per month. And I think that's a huge thing for the school.
Very, very enterprising Environment Club doing their bit for the society.
Yeah, Pooja, I just want to, first of all, compliment these children for the way they speak about environment and how knowledgeable they are about what environment means and what the atmosphere means, and how wonderful to hear them speak such professional language. I mean, to form a club which is called an environmental club is very unique. When I was in school, we used to have the cricket club or a dramatic club, but we never had these kind of thinking to have an environmental club and really want to compliment them. What I would like to know is what initiated them to think like this? Who was it that actually taught them to do this? And did they go through some kind of training or what?
Yeah, about the school initiative.
Huh?
Asked you a question about the school initiative
Okay.
projects.
So a couple of school initiatives we're going to start off with this year. So one of them is called the Basketball Bin Project, where in a lot of classes students crumple paper and chuck it in the bin like they're playing basketball. So what we actually want to encourage, this is again an indirect approach towards the environment. So we've actually created a prototype of the basketball ring, which is going to be hung over classrooms. So we're going to start with 6th grade to see if it actually works and how the students react to it. And what we're trying to do is only make a separate paper bin so the students are engaged in an indirect approach, which actually makes the environment a fun subject for them. So that's one of our activities. Then the other thing, like Jasvi just talked about, food wastage. We're trying to reduce food wastage, so we've put up a lot of posters in the lunch hall, we try to engage the students through their emotional sense and get them to understand the problems that we're actually facing in society when it comes to the food wastage. So what we're going to try to do is, have in our assemblies, we're going to talk to the students on a regular basis about how we can take a part and reduce the food wastage that does happen here in India and help contribute to the people who need the food.
Right, Pooja, thank you so much.
Over to you, Vikram and Mr. Bachchan.
Right, Pooja, thank you so much for joining us. Amit,
yeah, thank you so much, and really wonderful thinking on the part of these students. I mean, just to associate sports with something like environment is so unique because, yes, all of us, are so interested in sports, but to combine that with the process of wanting to change the environment is a wonderful thought. We all do it all the time, we, as he rightly said, we want to throw the garbage as though we're putting the ball into a basketball net. And how wonderful to be able to join that with this campaign and, make it work and make it more friendly in a sense to be able to operate this whole operation in a very informal manner. But actually you're doing a lot of great work.
अमित जी, पर यही संदेश शायद आप बाकी पाठशालों में भी कहना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि हर एक पाठशाला पूरे देश में किसी न किसी तरह पर्यावरण के बारे में सोच सकते हैं.
सबको सोचना चाहिए, और जैसा कि मैं अभी कहता रहा हूँ, यहाँ की जो हाउसिंग सोसाइटी, विजयनगर हाउसिंग सोसाइटी एक बहुत अच्छा एक उदाहरण बन गया है. इसी तरह अगर हम किसी एक स्कूल को लेकर के उसे उदाहरण बना दें और दूसरों को उनको प्रेरणा देने के लिए, उनको इंस्पायर करने के लिए उनकी बातों को बाकी स्कूलों में भी पहुँचाएँ, तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि बाकी स्कूल जो हैं वो भी इनको सुनेंगे. दे विल गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय इट एंड वांट टू कॉपी देम. I would also wonder if we can have some kind of a competition between housing societies. You compete with another housing society. Our society is cleaner than yours, and you have an award for it. So everybody gets more involved and interested in winning that competition. So you make it look like a sports initiative, but actually they're working for the environment.
We are, sir. We actually have a competition going on for our urban local bodies, the councils and the corporations, but this is a great idea.
Yeah.
We will also have this on board, and we will have again, like I said, I'm going to go back to my chief minister with all these ideas, but I feel confident that very soon we will have a competition wherein the awards are given by the state government for the best zero waste society.
Yeah.
And we just started a competition for schools also where they can work on some
Absolutely,
of these areas.
yeah.
So that's always a great idea. Paul, if I can just get you in on your thoughts on what can be done, solid waste management in particular, and then I'm going to come to some other schools and societies in other parts of the country. We are right beneath the flight path, but okay, why don't you carry on?
Yeah, sure, I'm happy to give my input. I think a lot has been said already. I feel like the end...
They've actually integrated business with, waste segregation and other things, and really done a lot of work where they have recycled. They are now almost garbage-free, food wastage-free city. That's fantastic.
Right. Can we just go across there to the Mahindra World City in Chennai? And it's not, we'll just go across to that in a couple of minutes as soon as that's ready. While we wait for that to happen, talking about competitions, you and Ernst & Young and others have been working together with RB on a hygiene index, which essentially also creates a certain amount of competition between cities to see which of them is the most hygienic and the clean. How is that working out, and what are the lessons you're finding and what cities can do to compete with each other?
Yeah, before you say that, just wait for the aircraft.
Wait a separately for the
I did have a look at the statistics that were prepared, and I found that, you know, New Delhi and Pune are right ahead.
Right.
And I felt somewhat sad that Mumbai was nowhere there in the thing. I think this is the kind of thing that inspires people to work harder in each city. So if you are going to be preparing these statistics, you know, Vikram, I think that they should be let out into the public and say,
Yeah.
Delhi is doing better than Mumbai, you know, what are you doing to get up there?
Don't just compete in the IPL, don't just compete in the Kabaddi League, start competing in hygiene.
Exactly. So I think, I mean, this is a great initiative, which is a public-private initiative with RB, USAID, EY and NDTV. And when we started the initiative, we realized two things. One is that if we don't measure, we really don't know where we stand. So first example is everybody wants to be Swachh, everybody wants to do a good thing. Intentions are good, we have funding, but we really don't know what to do and where we stand. So the first, what HI did is it looked at all the factors necessary to go up to a certain ranking.